what's the point of nature corn? It's not gonna work because it's too hot. Let's not want to do it, so let's fucking go. You can go work it. You can work. Don't blink. It's your boy. Welcome to the Flutter Show. Doing well. Having a wonderful day. Super excited to be there with you today. Today we're doing season 1 of Kenny vs. Penny. Once again, I'm gonna be not doing a long intro because we did it yesterday. This is gonna be season 1. This is the longest season. This is 26th episode of the 86th of the series. I'm gonna be doing a rapid quick fire. The pilot is gonna be here. So very simple. I'm gonna go bullet points, a couple minutes per episode. Some of them are really good, some of them are kind of shitty. If I like an episode, I talk more about it. It's gonna be super simple. Plot points, how I feel about it, great moments of the episode. Sorry about yesterday. Yesterday I was supposed to do it. I ended up reading the Wikipedia. This is classic English. I'm gonna be using my tool, which is the list of episodes. The list of episodes should be enough. I notice by heart, so it's not that big of a deal. And that's pretty much it. I'm excited because I have been wanting to do it for a couple of days. But I never get around to do it. So by the way, people were telling me, hey, you didn't mention Testes. I haven't watched Testes and I don't know what Testes is. Testes felt like a comedy, and to me, Kenny was more, because again, I told you guys how much I love Kenny. Kenny was more of a brilliant mind than a comedian. So we got season 1. I had to change websites. Kenny Wiki, which is good. Do we have a list? There you go. No. Okay, so this is odd. This is really odd. This is really odd. Why? Because the phone's gonna be too hot and I'm not gonna be able to film Nature Corn, which sucks, but it's okay. It's really odd because I saw the list of episodes, right? And in their book, so this was aired in 2003, which I didn't know. In their book, season 1, episode 1 is who is the best fashion designer, which is not true. The first episode is who can lose the most weight. And I just think that they switched the 2 and the 12, because if you look at number 2, who can stay awake the longest is good. Who can be a better chef is good. Who can sit up the longest is good. Who can sit on the cow and who is the sanest, they're all good. So it doesn't really matter. So we'll go here. There's no pilot episode. So I'm gonna go with the pilot episode first. Pilot episode is what? The competition is called who can gain the most weight in a week. Later on they decided to do 3 days. So Kenny and Spenny would have an episode per week. They would do 3 days of shooting, so that way they have 4 days of editing. Now I don't know what this changed. It's very it's not important. It's important if you're a nerd about the show, which I am, but I'm not that much of a nerd. So the pilot is actually one of my favorite episodes ever. It is a very basic episode of Penny is shot in Los Angeles, which is the only episode that's not shot in Canada. If you don't take in consideration who can stay on night and the longest. So these are the only two episodes that's done in Canada. We're watching here because I'm filming Nature Corn, but since the sun is hitting the cell phone will get hot, and because the cell phone will get hot, I won't be able to film, which is not a big deal. If I can film a little bit, I can film a little bit. I'm not a asshole. I'm not a fooler like of this. Funny thing is, I was talking about how Kenny was Penny. Kenny was doing a lot of Nazi joke. Right now we're watching Full Metal Alchemist, and we're also talking about Nazis. So kind of like a weird thing. It's the pilot episode. Why I like it so much? It's super simple. It is very different. So the intro is different. The feeling of the show is different. To me, the pilot episode is both the perfect representation of Kenny vs. Penny. Sorry about the noise. We're playing a video game. So we're playing The Tower. If you were wondering what it is. one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game. So why do I like it so much? Because the intro is different, but it's the same thing. It's like, oh, two best friends compete against each other, with glory for the winner and loser humiliation for the loser. The same thing. It is still Kenny fucking with Spenny, and it's still Spenny being kind of like a douchebag. Not necessarily a douchebag. I feel bad about Spenny. I'm an asshole to him, but he kind of deserves it, right? And I wanted to mention something before, and it's gonna be the weirdest thing I'm gonna say all day. And trust me, I say weird shit. Miriam was the one that got it. Kenny's way of seeing life was because he had siblings. He was much more social, so he was much more aware at that social interaction versus Penny. And Miriam said, so Kenny said, why do you think it's so easy to mess with Penny? And Miriam's like, he never had bigger brother to pick on him. He doesn't know how to react, which she does, right? The pilot, what I love about it is, it feels like, long story short, it really feels like an episode of a show that you love, that you know. It really feels like it has this Kenny versus Penny DNA, but it's completely different. So, for example, we have Penny finding some dates, which it's not that bad, but it's more so a personal aspect of life. So instead of focusing on the competition, it's more so like how. So it's more so. I would call it. To be honest, I would call it revolutionary. I would also loosely call it revolutionary, because it is half vlog on Spenny's side, not on Kenny, on Spenny's side. It would be half. I don't have the weight, so don't ask me about the number at the end. It would be half a competition, half a daily vlog. Now, YouTube came out in 2005, 2006, which possibly was the first vlog. This was historical. It feels amazing. Kenny is just about lazing around.